Hi, my name is Jenny Clough, and I'm with Trish Warren.
And welcome to Destination Divas.
Our first show. How exciting.
Yes. So why are we here, Jenny? On a Friday night.
Yes, because we are excited to share that this is our first talk show for the Destination Divas.
And it's a partnership that we have just started.
Yes.
And it's going to be a talk show and travel
tips and
lots of surprises along the way.
And sharing a lot about travel and inviting other people to share their experiences and just, a togetherness.
Yes. So Jenny and I have actually always talked for many years on how to have a travel business.
Exactly.
Where you can travel and make money. So we're excited about that part.
Yes.
We've got lots of ideas, lots of thoughts on the whole thing. So tonight's show is on jet lag.
Yes.
Our very first show is on jet lag. And the reason our first show is on jet lag is because Jenny beside me, she's actually suffering from jet lag right now.
Yes, I am. Definitely
but don't feel sorry for her because she just had 2 weeks in Europe. You want to talk about a little bit about your trip in Europe?
Oh, it was absolutely amazing. We started off in Nice, so southern France, and just kind of traveled from little village to village along the southern coast of France, and then we popped into Italy in San Marino.
Popped into Italy,
yes. And we did a whole bunch of different activities. We did bike riding that was on a path along the coast through the different villages, and along the way we'd pop into the ocean for a swim, and then we'd stop at a cafe. And
sounds so nice. Like I said, don't feel sorry for her jet lag.
And lots of hiking. There are some walking trails that again takes you through village to village, which is really cool because then you stop at the cafes, you have a beer, and then you go to the next village and you have a glass of wine, and
sounds so fabulous.
Yeah, it was amazing. And the scenery is beautiful, and the history is just absolutely amazing. So
awesome.
Yeah.
So my friend Jenny, she's suffering from the after effects of traveling to Europe. It's called jet lag.
Yes, it is.
So what is jet lag exactly, Jenny?
Well, jet lag is actually just simply a breakdown of the circadian rhythm.
Wow, it's from impressive words.
Yes, and it's from going through all the different time zones of the world. And so it's just when you start going through the different time zones, you're on a different time, and so it starts affecting you. And the effects are very interesting because I'm experiencing them right now.
Well, tell us what the symptoms are of jet lag.
Well, you're very foggy.
Foggy. Oh, that would explain a lot.
Yes. Exhausted. Waking up in the middle of the night when you're supposed to be sleeping, and wanting to sleep when you're actually awake.
Do you want to sleep right now?
Yes, I'm looking at myself here, and I look very tired. So.
Oh no, you don't. You look fabulous.
And what else? Constipation.
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah. And apparently I looked up all the symptoms, and I have them all, and that's one of them. So, and like they said, some of the best ways to counter is making sure you drink lots of water, which is probably the constipation part. And and I did the most ridiculous thing. I cannot believe it. It's so weird.
Okay, what did you do? Like ridiculous while you were away, or
no? When I came back.
When you came back, okay.
So we got back Tuesday night and went to work Wednesday. Worked all day, and I'm always the last person at work because I start later than everyone else, and I'm the one that locks up and alarms the building. And I literally walked out of that building without locking and alarming. And
well, that's so not like you.
I know.
You're like on it.
I've been doing it for 15 years. So
oh wow! So that's blame it on the jet lag.
And I have no recollection of actually leaving the building. So.
Oh wow! That could be something else though. Have you ever heard of NPD? No, just kidding.
No. But yes, so I did that, and luckily we did not get broken into that night.
Oh wow! Okay, so we want to talk about jet lag and how to get over jet lag. Now, first of all, you were in Italy, in France, so I believe that's like a 9 hours difference.
9 hours ahead.
So what I have read and experienced as well, and correct me if I'm wrong, but every hour difference, so that's a 9 hour difference, says that will take you 1 day per hour. So 9 days to actually fully get over jet lag.
Yes.
So what day are we on now?
Day 3.
Day 3.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Day 3.
Day 3.
Oh my goodness.
You're on day 3. Okay. So what do you think about that? You can find that on the internet.
Well, I did check that out, and because I was very worried about my tiredness, because I have so much to do now that I missed 2 weeks of, work and life here. But they say anywhere from half a day to a day. So it could be 4 days to 9 days.
4.5 days.
4.5 days to 9 days.
days.
If you want to be exactly correct. Yeah,
okay. So you're only on day 3. So you're definitely in the thick of.
Yes. So hopefully by Monday, when I'm back to work, things will go a lot more smoothly, especially when you're doing accounting. And if you're not, the last couple of days of
accounting and jet lag may not be a good combination. Yeah. So what are some things people can do to get over jet lag? What have you been doing to try to get over?
Well, just in preparation. So I know I've experienced the jet lag quite a few times, but I always try to get into their schedule before you even leave. So we went to Nice, and they're 9 hours ahead. So you try to at least work towards their schedule so that when you actually arrive, you're closer to it.
Oh, and did you do that?
No.
Oh, okay.
I tried, but it was hard. But once you get there, so we arrived in Nice in the morning, and we were actually supposed to be going to bed if we look back at our the Canadian schedule.
Right.
And so you just never do that. Never be tempted to, just because it'll just put you off and you will not get back into the system quickly.
So you get there and you want everything and you want to sleep, and you're saying you just don't
everything wants you to, but nope. So you just drink tons of coffee, espresso.
Okay.
Tons of espresso, and you just keep busy and keep active, and then you go. So we went to bed at 9 o'clock at night. So
now I had an experience traveling to Australia.
Yeah.
And I figured out door to door, it was 48 hours.
Wow. Yeah.
And I did 5 planes.
Yeah.
Can you imagine I did 5 planes?
No.
I think I went from Vancouver to LA to Hong Kong, Hong Kong to New Zealand to Sydney.
Sounds like a nightmare.
And then Sydney to some remote place in Australia. And I tell you, when I got there, and I was staying with a family, I got there and I tried to smile and be nice.
Yeah.
And I just I'm so sorry. I have to go to bed. And I could not even keep my eyes open.
Oh, I know.
So you're saying
so
what I should have done is force myself to, because I'm telling you, there was no way those eyes were going to stay open.
Yeah, you just triple up on an espresso.
They were like in pain and scratchy. They just wanted to be closed.
Yeah.
So,
and that's part of it too, dry eyes. And
oh, I remember that. That was brutal.
Yeah. And so they also say when you're there to make sure you drink lots of water. That's supposed to help with jet lag. Not to drink while you're on the flight, coffee, wine, which that's absolutely impossible because
for a 9-hour flight. No, how many hours of a flight was it?
Well, it was 6 hours to Montreal and then 7 hours to Nice.
Oh, so, that's like a lot of hours.
Yes,
okay.
So I had to have my wine. Well, also my flying problems. So
that should be another show talking about the fear of flying.
Yes.
Because my friend here definitely has a fear of flying. I've flown with her a few times. Many times. Yes.
I fly all over the world.
She loves traveling more than
my fear.
Her fear of dying, basically. It's a fear of dying.
I guess so, yes.
Not being in control.
Not being in control and not trusting any of those pilots. Because we're going to interview my friend, the Air Canada pilot, and you'll see why I'll be nervous.
All right. So that's another show. So let's get back to the jet lag. So now I have a friend. And his name is Andy Mason, and he's from California. Yeah. And he doesn't believe in jet lag. He actually calls it jet bounce.
Oh, I like that. Jet bounce.
And so what he does is that he really believes that it's about the words you speak. So, and he's a speaker, so he flies all over the world speaking. So every time he gets somewhere, he never says he has jet lag. He says he has jet bounce, and he just decides he's bouncy and alive, and it actually really works for him, and he never has jet lag.
I believe
that. And he goes all over the world.
It's definitely what are your
thoughts on that?
Well, it's a mindset for sure.
But you're definitely not experiencing jet bounce right now, are you?
No.
So it's mind over matter.
Maybe I need to use those words. Because we know the power of words, right?
The power of words, yes. Yeah. So let's call it jet bounce from now on. Jet bounce. Let's bounce our way through this.
Well, it's very true. I mean, I like that actually, so I will use those words because it is, the power of the words.
It is because what you say can affect you.
Yes, exactly.
So let's talk a little bit more about jet bounce then.
Okay.
So what are some other ways that you can get over it?
Well,
besides speaking a different language, saying bounce instead of
well,
leg.
again, when you arrive back home, it's just, trying to jump right away into your own schedule. So when we got home, it was 6 o'clock, but it was really in the middle of the night. But we forced ourselves to stay up and, go to bed at 10 o'clock.
Right.
Again, drinking lots of water and eating healthy and getting out and exercising. All those things are going to help you get back into your routine, right? So,
nice. Really nice.
Yeah.
All right. So, anything else about jet lag? We're not experts on jet lag. It would be, or jet bounce, I should say.
Yeah.
It would be really cool one day to interview a psychologist or an expert on jet bounce.
Yes, I like that.
Bounce,
well, I mean, talking of going through do you know how many time zones there are?
I would guess there's 24.
Well, that's a really good guess.
Because it's 24,
And that's true. There's 24 hours. Okay. But no, there's not 20. There's more than 24 hours.
What? There's more than 24 hours?
Because there actually is half an hour and 45-minute time zones.
Oh, I know. Newfoundland has always been like when I lived in Nova Scotia, and it was always in Newfoundland. It's a half hour later than
exactly.
So.
And I know when I went to my daughter's performance in Newfoundland, it totally screwed me up because it was
the half hour thing is always hard. Yeah,
exactly. But
so does that mean there's like 48 time zones?
No, there's
not everybody does that.
There's supposed to be technically there's 24 because it's 24 hours to go around the world.
Right.
The time zone.
Right.
But because of the different 45s and 30s, there are a few extra ones that are added to it. So and there's something too with the international line,
And then let's not forget the time change that some countries have and some don't. So that can get very confusing as well.
Yeah, exactly. But
oh, that's so interesting.
Actually, I'm waking up now.
I'm waking up. It's because we said jet bounce.
That's it. Exactly. But yes, but very excited to come back on the show and share tons of tips about travel, and we're going to have guest speakers who are going to share their experiences and also some.
I think we've got like an airline stewardess. Coming up as a guest speaker, as well as someone who wants to do a travel around the world wine session.
Yes.
And people are just giving us so many great ideas.
That would be fun.
Speaking of wine, it is Friday night.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
there's that thumbs up for that wine.
Nice. So that is, that's our plan. So we always want to put it out there to anyone watching our show. Yeah. If you have some ideas that you want us to talk on, or maybe you want to be a guest speaker and you're a travel expert in some way, we would love to hear from you.
Yes. Exactly. And you know what? We have, a lot of our friends and family know our other dear friend, Anita. Who has always been part of the Tollmaker Challenge. She's in, where she's in, is it Peru? Maybe Peru.
She's somewhere
she's
really
hiking
far away.
Michi.
Somebody out there tell us what it is. That real famous thing that
I'm
everybody
jet lagged
wants
right
to
now,
do.
and I can't pull anything together. But so
Michi. Oh,
anyway, that wonderful, amazing hike, and so I'm gonna be really excited to hear how that.
We definitely need to interview her and find out about that trip.
Yes. So definitely will do that.
Yeah. So excited. Give us your ideas. So excited to interview people and talk about traveling and travel tips. And we hope to do actually some of our lives while we're traveling.
Yes,
we look forward to that as well.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess that's
cheers to everyone.
So cheers to Destination Divas. And we will have a little better of a schedule as time goes on. Jenny's in jet bounce right now, so there's no scheduling anything right now. Anyway, so thank you so much. Look at all the people that joined. Josie, Madhu, Cheryl, Donna, Catherine, Stella. Hi, ladies. Thanks for joining us on our very first show on jet lag. Well, we want to call it jet bounce from now on. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Cheers.